how many players from the 60s and 70s, when we're talking rock, did ever use a metronome to practice? That's a question I got on YouTube. I don't think a lot, actually, because it comes from the classical realm where we should always practice with a metronome because you need to be in time. You need to keep your timing. But it also, the question comes from a misconception about, because we have different life circumstances. And the guy you look up to, he played guitar from he was whatever, and then he kept playing guitar. He never had a normal job for long. Right? So he got that rhythm into it. He played with the guys over and over again. And perhaps he's still playing with the drummer he played with back then, right? Who goes up and down in tempo, but they just seem to follow each other. So you just have to ask yourself, what do you want? And if that's what you want, then please use a metronome because you don't have the life he has. You're not living and breathing music each day. So to develop the same kind of rhythmic timing he has, you have to use a metronome. It's a great training tool. And I can say for me, when I was practicing technique, I was doing this, a lot. It really tells you or gives you an experience of how poor your timing is. Because when I'm playing, I think I'm in time, but I'm not. Until I do this, I can really, it's you have to use some effort to actually follow these clicks. I still have to use a little bit of focus to make it happen. But that was one of the revelations after using the metronome as a practice tool for building my technique. I suddenly realized after having used it for like 6 months that, wow, my timing has improved. Suddenly when I was playing with the guys, it was just a totally different world of, I just know what I'm doing now. I got the accents down. I got that timing. It's even better than the drummer sometimes, right? I could hear when he's, you're increasing the tempo. So it's a skill. You get a skill out of using the metronome if you use it a lot. And I would say that if you can't keep your timing, if you have to use energy to keep in time with the metronome, then you need to work with it a lot more. And it's not boring. It's just, if you're practicing something, a lick, it should always be something you can repeat in a circle. Right? And then you put the metronome, practice with the metronome. It also gives you kind of a meditative kind of rhythm to it. And you have something to focus on, right? You focus on hitting that note exactly where the click is. And it's much easier to continue for longer when you have the metronome for some reason. It's like it becomes like a, right? And you have another focus than if you just doing this. So I warmly recommend working with the metronome. If you don't have one, please get one right now. It's okay to use the online ones, but if you can afford it, buy a metronome. It's a really good idea to have these that goes back and forth like the old with the feather in them. Feather is the spring. Sorry, has a metal spring inside that delivers the energy to make the thing go back and forth. It's not running on feathers because you can see the rhythm happen. You can see a click, click. So you got something visual that can guide you, and bam, bam, there it goes. Right. So it's easier in the beginning to follow a metronome like this than just a computer that goes click, click. And if you look up metronome game, then you can also use that when you practice. So I warmly recommend it, even though Kirk Hammett never used it, or whoever you look up to, whoever you want to play, or B.B. King for that matter. So I warmly recommend it.